This is how to make like pretty cool sounding drums. Whenever you don't have real drums that you can record, a lot of people resort to just, getting a normal drum track and recording the drums on there, or maybe even using the GarageBand or Logic automatic drums feature. But if you want to get like really realistic drums, that's not always the best way to go. The first thing you have to keep in mind is that the drums aren't just one instrument. In fact, each part of the drum is its own instrument. So you got the kick, you got the hi-hats, the snare, cymbals, and a lot of the time you can even divide them into their own track. For example, we have two snares here. Not two snares, two cymbals. And one cymbal doesn't make it full enough, so you kind of have to do two, like this one. And then also this one from a different kit. And then together it sounds like this. Then you slap some EQ on that, then a compressor and reverb, and I don't know why there's another EQ here. Actually, I don't know. Whatever. Snare is a really cool one because you can change it to be like really full, but you can also make it a lot more compressed and quiet too. In this situation, it sounds pretty loud, and that's because I combined a sound from GarageBand, like a pre-sample that sounds like this. Here it is. And it's not actually a snare, but it sounds a lot like one, so I used it. And then I also used a normal snare. When you combine it, it sounds like this. Then there's the kick drum, and usually I go pretty basic on the kick drum, just as long as it has some EQ, compressor, and reverb, it's usually pretty good. And finally, the hi-hats. Usually, I also only have one of these two. Sounds like this. And that's just because it's not a super prominent part of the track like the snare or the crash might be. And when you combine all those, I think it sounds a little bit better than your basic drum tracks when you only have one.